Hey everyone, welcome back, Nomad Flair here. Today we're taking a look at the all-new Backbone Pro mobile controller. This thing's shaping up to be a serious contender in the mobile gaming world, and possibly the best version of the Backbone yet. Now, this is actually my third time reviewing a Backbone controller. I started with the original Backbone 1 that was released in 2021, then the second gen, and now here we are with the Pro version, packed with upgraded features which we'll be diving into in today's video. Just wanted to say a big thanks to the folks over at Backbone 1 for sending me this unit. No strings attached, just a chance for me to share my thoughts, such as what I like and dislike about the controller. I've spent the past 3 weeks testing it out across various different gaming platforms, so the big question is the $170 upgrade really worth it? Or is it just a slightly flashier Backbone 1 with a few extra bells and whistles? Let's find out. At the time of recording this video, there's been no official word on what color options will be available at launch. So far, black is the only one being advertised. It'll be great to see more color options, maybe something beyond just black and white. Right out of the box, the Backbone Pro feels way more premium than the original Backbone 1. The grips are thicker and more sculptured, and the entire controller just hugs your hands in a way that makes it feel like a proper console controller. If you've got bigger hands or you just hate that cramped feel of most mobile controllers, then you'll appreciate the ergonomic redesign that the Backbone Pro is offering. The Backbone Pro is a bit heavier than the previous Backbone models. That's mainly due to the added battery that powers its Bluetooth connectivity. It weighs around 200 grams. It's still lighter than a typical DualSense or Xbox controller. The build quality is really good. It's made out of plastic, but it still feels solid and well put together. The analog sticks have been upgraded nicely. Now we have full-size ALPS sticks, which are the same type used in many console controllers. They offer noticeably more control and precision, especially in FPS and racing games. However, I was a little surprised that they didn't go for Hall Effect sticks at this price point. So that would be one of my main criticisms so far. In my opinion, Hall Effect sticks or TMR technology should have definitely been included over ALPS analog sticks, which are prone to stick drift over time. The D-pad also got a subtle but important refresh. It now has a glossy finish with a rubber membrane connection. It also has more travel when pressed and features a concave middle that makes it easier to roll your thumb in any direction, which you'll love if you're into fighting or retro games. What I love about this new shape is that it lets me glide my thumb across the D-pad without lifting it, saving time and making control feel much smoother and more responsive. As you can see, when performing diagonal presses, there are no false misinputs. That's exactly what you want from a premium controller. Everything just feels nice and natural. Below that, on the left side, we have the screen and capture buttons. On the right side, we have the face buttons, which now use a rubber membrane instead of those super clicky micro switches on the Backbone 1. It's a small change that actually makes a big difference in feel. They're quieter, more tactile, and much less annoying in quiet environments. The same goes for the D-pad, also much quieter. A clicky controller just feels cheap and plasticky, but that's not the case with the Backbone Pro. Under that, we have the Backbone button and a start button. And then we've got the triggers. They now use Hall Effect sensors with more travel than before. Thankfully, you can customize trigger sensitivity and joystick dead zones in the Backbone app. This makes the controller much more versatile, whether you're playing racing games, first-person shooters, or anything else in between. At the bottom, we have the Bluetooth pairing button and a 3.5mm headphone jack. On the right side is the USB-C charging port. Another big upgrade is the addition of the M1 and M2 remappable back buttons. They're flush with the grips and sit where your ring finger naturally rests, which at first I found a little weird, as I'm used to using my middle finger to press the back buttons on Pro controllers. But over time, you do get used to it. Remapping is super easy in the app. Just create a controller profile, assign any button to the back triggers, and you're good to go. Personally, I like using the back buttons in FPS games like Warzone. I typically map the circle and X button for faster jumping and sliding. It really helps speed up movement, which can make all the difference in winning those close encounters. As mentioned earlier, the back buttons are very subtle, flush against the controller with no noticeable bulge. This has its pros and cons. On the plus side, it gives the controller a sleek, clean look. On the downside, the buttons are so discreet that you might forget they're even there. Or you might find yourself unsure if you actually press them, which can lead to missed inputs or accidental double presses. Let's go ahead and install my iPhone 15 Pro onto the Backbone controller. Even with the case still on, the controller fits perfectly. The camera bump, as you can see, isn't an issue at all. There's still plenty more room for the camera bump. Once connected, I can launch an emulator app I already have installed on my phone, and it instantly detects my controller. No issues whatsoever. The Backbone Pro works with any mobile game that supports controllers. If you're unsure whether a game is compatible, just head over to the App Store, look it up, and it'll let you know if controller support is available. The Backbone Pro now supports Bluetooth, and honestly, this is the biggest upgrade over the Backbone 1. You can use it wirelessly with iPhones that have a USB-C port, such as the 15 and 16 series, Android phones, iPads, and even smart TVs or laptops. There's a Bluetooth pairing button next to the 3.5mm headphone jack. Just hold it down and a blue ring will illuminate around the button, indicating that the controller has entered pairing mode. I had zero issues connecting it to my iPad, iPhone 15 Pro, or even my smart TV. No lag, no headaches. You also still have the option to go wide via USB-C, which is the preferred method for zero latency. Perfect for Xbox Cloud Gaming or PS Remote Play. It also supports smart charging, prioritizing your phone's battery whilst gaming, so you'll never run out of juice. The Backbone Pro is compatible with various streaming apps like GeForce Now, Xbox Cloud Gaming, Steam Link, and native mobile games like Fortnite, Genshin Impact, and emulators like Redream, PPSP, Dolphin, and Delta. Alongside the controller, Backbone released a hardshell carrying case that fits both the Pro and the Backbone 1. It's great for travel, it's molded perfectly, feels durable, and has a nice zipper that never gets caught. Absolutely great. Pro also includes magnetically attachable grips for smaller phones like the iPhone SE. Fortunately, I didn't have to swap these out, and my iPhone 15 Pro doesn't require me to do so, so everything just fits snugly right out of the box. Unfortunately, another letdown of the Backbone Pro is that it doesn't support tablets in docked mode. So if you're hoping to slide an iPad mini, you're out of luck. It's still strictly for phones when used docked. However, the Backbone Pro is compatible with an iPad and the older generation iPhones when undocked. It works really well with no issues whatsoever. Just to add, the Backbone Pro is not compatible on the Nintendo Switch unfortunately, so you can't use it as a Bluetooth controller. Now to be clear, you don't need this app to play games on your phone. If you'd rather skip it, you absolutely can. But the app is actually pretty handy, especially if you want everything in one place. This includes access to all your gaming services and even Backbone's own retro emulator. The app itself is free to use, but there's also a Backbone Plus subscription that costs $40 a year. It unlocks a few extra features like extended warranty, reward points, and the ability to record gameplay at 1080p at 60 frames per second. Personally, I didn't really see a need for those added features, so I just stuck with the standard free version. One feature I do really like is how easily you can switch between devices. With just a tap, I can go from my iPhone to my iPad and even to my TV. No need to manually disconnect and reconnect. The app also lets you create different profiles for different games, which is super useful. For example, I mapped my back buttons differently for Warzone than I have for NBA 2K. And switching between those setups is seamless. Battery life is solid. Backbone claims up to 40 hours of wireless gameplay, and in my testing, this seems about right. You can still plug it in for wired gaming, and when doing so, it supports up to 21 watts pass-through charging, which is more than enough to keep most phones topped up even whilst gaming. Alright, let's answer the question. Is the Backbone Pro worth $170? Here's the thing. It's not a groundbreaking upgrade, but it's a meaningful one. If you already have the Backbone 1, this feels more like a Backbone 1S than a full Pro leap. It's better in every way, better ergonomics, better sticks, Bluetooth, back buttons, but I wouldn't call it a must-have for everyone. If you play across multiple screens like phones, tablets, TV or laptop, you also use cloud gaming or emulators regularly, and you want a single go anywhere and do everything controller, then yeah, the Backbone Pro might be worth the splurge. But if you're a casual mobile gamer who already owns the Backbone 1 or just wants to play on one device, you might want to hold off or consider other options in that price range. Either way, it's great to see that Backbone is leveling up. This controller is a real step forward. So guys, that's it for today's review. If you found this video to be helpful, please drop a like and subscribe to more tech and gaming related videos. Drop a comment down below. Are you planning to pick up the Backbone Pro? And until next time everyone, thanks for watching and peace.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.